Did you know that most people are one unexpected bill away from financial disaster? What if I told you that mastering your money isn't about earning more? It's about taking control, making smart choices, and building a life where money works for you. Not the other way around? In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact steps to go from stressed, confused, and worried about money to confident, secure, and financially whole. Book, Get Better with Money, written by Sophia Maddox. Audiobook, by Readrone. Introduction. Money is more than numbers on a screen, more than bills in your wallet, and more than the constant pressure you feel when it never seems to stretch far enough. Money touches nearly every corner of your life, your choices, your dreams, your freedom, and even the way you see yourself. Yet most people were never taught how to use it with confidence. We were taught how to earn money, how to spend money, and how to stress about money, but not how to get better with money. This book exists because you deserve something different, something calmer, something clearer, something more secure. You deserve to feel financially whole, not financially worried. Becoming financially whole doesn't mean being rich, lucky, or endlessly disciplined. It simply means learning how to build a stable, steady foundation that can support your life, your goals, and your future. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by money, unsure where it's going, embarrassed to ask questions, or stuck in the same financial pattern, you are not alone. Most people feel exactly the same way. And the truth is, the problem isn't you. The problem is that no one ever gave you a practical, compassionate system for taking control. That is what this book will give you. Get Better with Money breaks financial wellness into 10 clear, manageable steps, each one small enough to begin today, yet powerful enough to change the rest of your life. You will learn how to budget without feeling restricted, save without feeling deprived, and build credit without fear. You will understand debt in a way that finally puts you in control. You'll discover how to grow your income, how to invest even if you're a complete beginner, and how to protect your future with smart financial decisions. You will learn how to track your net worth, when to find the right financial guidance, and how to build a legacy that matters. Think of this book as a roadmap, simple, warm, and honest. Not a lecture, not a list of impossible rules, just real guidance designed for real life. You don't have to be perfect with money. You just have to get better step by step. And by the time you reach the final page, you'll understand something life-changing. Becoming financially whole isn't a dream reserved for other people. It's a process, a learnable skill, and it starts right here with you. Chapter 1. Smart Budgeting Made Easy. Most people don't realize it, but your budget is quietly shaping your life, even when you never sit down to create one. Every dollar you spend is casting a vote for the kind of future you'll have. Some people avoid budgeting because it feels like a punishment, a reminder of what they can't afford. But the truth is far more empowering. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about direction. It's a map. And before you can build wealth, feel secure, or stop stressing about money, you need to know where you actually stand. Think of budgeting as turning the lights on in a dark room. Nothing changes in the room itself. You just finally see what's been there all along. When you shine a light on your money, you begin to understand the patterns, the habits, and the behaviors you've been carrying without noticing. And once you see it, you can finally change it. One of the most powerful and beginner-friendly approaches is zero-based budgeting. Don't let the name scare you. It simply means that every dollar you earn is assigned a purpose, whether that purpose is spending, saving, investing, or paying down debt. Your goal is to end the month with your income minus your expenses equaling zero. Not zero money left in your bank account, but zero money left unaccounted for. Nothing floating, nothing forgotten, nothing leaking out unnoticed. To build your first budget, start with a clear distinction between needs and wants. Needs are the chi, things that keep your life functioning: housing, food, utilities, transportation, basic living essentials. Wants are everything else. Neither category is good or bad. Wants aren't the enemy. They're part of joy, comfort, and self-expression. But when you know the difference, you can make choices instead of reacting out of habit. You can give yourself permission to enjoy life while still steering toward your goals. If you're new to budgeting, you don't have to rely on spreadsheets or complicated systems. Today, there are powerful tools and apps designed to make budgeting feel simple and doable. Why in AB? You need a budget, Mint, Good Budget, or even a basic notes app. Choose whatever feels natural. The best budgeting tool isn't the fanciest one. It's the one you'll actually use. Consistency is where the magic happens. A budget isn't something you build once and forget. It's something you revisit, adjust, and grow with. The key is to shift your mindset from, "I have to follow this strict plan," to, "This plan is helping me build the life I want." If you miss a week or overspend in a category, you're not failing, you're learning. Real progress happens when you stay curious, not critical. When you take control of your spending, you take control of your story. This chapter isn't about cutting your life down. It's about expanding your confidence. Smart budgeting isn't about living smaller. It's about living smarter. And once you master this step, every step after becomes easier, clearer, and far more powerful. Chapter 2. Building a powerful emergency fund. There's a moment in everyone's financial life when they realize something important. Peace of mind isn't bought with money. It's built with preparation. And nothing creates that sense of calm more reliably than an emergency fund. Think of it as the financial equivalent of a life jacket. You may not need it every day, but when the unexpected hits, and life always brings the unexpected, you'll be grateful you had one close by. Most people don't struggle financially because they make bad decisions. They struggle because they're unprotected when life surprises them. A medical bill, a broken phone, a sudden job loss, a parent needing help. These moments don't wait for your budget to catch up. They arrive fast, loud, and usually at the worst time. That's why an emergency fund matters. It softens life's hardest moments and prevents one setback from becoming a crisis. The simplest way to start is by breaking your emergency fund into 2 stages: Tier 1 and Tier 2 savings. Tier 1 is your starter safety net, your first line of defense. Aim for at least 1 month of essential expenses. It's quick, it's achievable, and it builds confidence. Tier 2 is your long-term cushion, 3 to 6 months of expenses. You don't have to build it overnight. You just need to build it steadily. Every deposit, no matter how small, is a step towards stability. Where you store this money matters more than most people think. Your emergency fund shouldn't sit in your checking account, where it's too easy to spend, and it shouldn't be invested where your money could drop in value right when you need it most. The ideal home is a high-yield savings account, safe, separate, and still earning a little extra. This keeps your emergency fund accessible, but not temptingly close. Growing your fund is easier when it becomes automatic. Set up a recurring transfer, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, so saving happens without effort. You can also use micro-saving strategies, rounding up purchases, saving unexpected money like bonuses or refunds, or cutting small, non-essential expenses temporarily. Not forever, just until you feel steady again. Saving is less about how much you put away and more about how consistently you show up. Remember, an emergency fund isn't built on perfection. It's built on persistence. There will be months when you save more and months when you save less. That's normal. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Every dollar you save is a promise you're making to your future self, a promise that you'll protect them, support them, and give them room to breathe when life gets heavy. Building your emergency fund is one of the most powerful steps toward becoming financially whole. It gives you the freedom to make thoughtful decisions instead of panicked ones. It gives you stability, confidence, and resilience. And most importantly, it gives you something money rarely gives on its own: peace. Chapter 3. Crushing Debt the Smart Way. There's a moment when debt stops feeling like numbers and starts feeling like weight. Maybe it shows up as a knot in your stomach when you open your banking app. Maybe it shows up when you're lying awake at night, thinking about the payments that never seem to shrink. Debt has a way of making even the strongest people feel small. But here's the truth most people never hear. Debt is not a character flaw. It's a challenge. And challenges can be defeated with strategy, clarity, and a calm mind. If you want to break free from debt, the first step isn't paying faster. It's seeing the full picture. Write down every debt you have: total balance, interest rate, minimum monthly payment, and due date. For many people, this moment is uncomfortable. You may feel embarrassed or overwhelmed, but information isn't the enemy. Avoidance is. Clarity gives you control. And once you see the whole landscape, you can finally build a plan that works for you rather than against you. To pay off debt strategically, you'll choose one of two powerful methods: the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. Neither is right or wrong. They simply work differently depending on your personality. The debt snowball focuses on paying off your smallest debt first. Once that balance disappears, you roll the payment into the next smallest debt, building momentum as you go. This approach gives you quick wins that boost confidence. Perfect if you need motivation to stay consistent. The debt avalanche, on the other hand, targets the debt with the highest interest rate first. This method saves the most money over time and helps you escape expensive interest traps faster. If you love efficiency and want to minimize long-term cost, the avalanche might be your system. Understanding interest is what transforms debt from something mysterious into something manageable. Interest isn't just a fee, it's the cost of delaying payment. High-interest debt, especially credit card debt, grows like a weed. The longer it sits, the more it takes from you. When you understand how interest compounds, you understand why paying even a little extra each month can dramatically speed up your progress. Every dollar above the minimum is like cutting off a new branch before it grows. While you're working to pay off debt, the most important rule is this: avoid creating new debt loops. This is why building an emergency fund before you aggressively pay off debt matters so much. Without savings, one unexpected expense can undo months of hard work. Give yourself the stability you need to make steady progress. And finally, remember this: lenders are not unmovable mountains. You can talk to them, you can negotiate, you can ask for help. Whether you're requesting a lower interest rate, a temporary payment plan, or a fee waiver, start with a simple script like, "Hi, I've been a responsible customer and I'm working hard to manage my payments. Is there any way to reduce my interest rate or remove any recent fees?" Even a small adjustment would make a big difference. You'd be surprised how often this works. Companies may say no, but they also say yes far more often than people imagine. Crushing debt isn't just about math. It's about reclaiming confidence. It's about proving to yourself that you can untangle complicated situations with patience, knowledge, and courage. Debt may be part of your story today, but it is not your final chapter. And from this point forward, you are no longer walking into debt blindly. You're walking out of it with a plan, a strategy, and your head held high. Chapter 4. Master your credit score. If you've ever been denied a loan, charged a higher interest rate, or felt judged by a number you didn't fully understand, you've experienced the quiet power of credit. It's strange, isn't it? One 3-digit score, built from choices you made years ago, can shape the opportunities available to you today. But here's the part no one tells you. Your credit score isn't a verdict. It's a tool, and tools can be learned, handled, and improved with intention. Think of your credit score like your financial reputation. It tells lenders how reliably you handle borrowed money. Not whether you're responsible, not whether you're capable, just how predictable your past payments have been. And just like a reputation, it can change. It can improve. It can be rebuilt from scratch. To master your credit score, start by understanding the two key documents behind it: your credit report and your credit score. Your credit report is a detailed history, accounts, balances, payment timelines, and any errors that may be dragging you down. Your credit score is simply the numerical summary based on that report. You can request your reports for free each year from major bureaus, and reading them yourself is one of the most empowering moves you can make. It's like checking the mirror for the first time in months. You finally see what the world sees. Your score is shaped by 5 major factors, each one giving you a clear area to focus on. 1. Payment history, the biggest factor. Pay on time, even if it's just the minimum. 2. Credit utilization. How much of your available credit you're using. Keeping it under 30% can boost your score. 3. Length of credit history. Older accounts help you, so don't close your oldest card unless you truly need to. 4. New credit. Too many applications in a short time can temporarily lower your score. 5. Credit mix. A combination of credit types, like a credit card and a student loan, can slightly strengthen your profile. Fixing errors on your report is one of the fastest ways to see improvement. Mistakes happen more often than people think. Duplicate accounts, incorrect balances, even debts that aren't yours. If something looks wrong, you can dispute it directly with the credit bureau. It doesn't require fancy language, just clarity and proof. A simple explanation can remove years of damage. If you're building credit for the first time or rebuilding after setbacks, start small. A secured credit card is a powerful entry point. You deposit money, receive a card with a matching limit, and use it responsibly. You can also ask a trusted adult with strong credit to add you as an authorized user, which allows their positive history to support your score. Small steps, used consistently, create big results. Mastering your credit score isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about taking your financial reputation into your own hands and deciding how you want to be seen in the world. When your credit becomes strong, doors open, cheaper borrowing, easier approvals, more freedom, more choice. And that's what this journey is really about. Not chasing a perfect number, but building a life where opportunities meet you instead of passing you by. Chapter 5. Growing your income streams. There's a point in your financial journey when budgeting smarter and cutting expenses simply aren't enough. You can trim subscriptions, skip the daily latte, cook more meals at home, and still feel like you're running in place. That's because financial growth has a limit when your income stays the same. The real breakthrough comes when you shift from asking, "How do I spend?" less to asking, "How do I earn more?" Think of your income like the engine of your financial life. A stronger engine makes the whole vehicle run smoother. It gives you room to breathe, save, invest, and recover from setbacks. And the best part? Increasing your income is not about getting lucky. It's about becoming intentional. Start by understanding the 2 categories of income, active and passive. Active income is what you earn when you trade your time for money, your job, freelancing, or hourly work. It's dependable but limited. Passive income, on the other hand, comes from work you do once that continues to generate money over time, like selling digital products, renting out property, or earning royalties. Passive income takes longer to build, but once established, it creates a sense of financial breathing room that feels almost magical. The strongest financial lives have both. But before you chase new opportunities, focus on the simplest, most reliable income booster: your skills. Your income grows in direct proportion to the value you can offer, whether it's writing, coding, video editing, public speaking, design, or technical skills. Every skill you sharpen is a financial asset, and the world is full of free or low-cost ways to learn. Online courses, YouTube tutorials, workshops, internships, and even volunteering. Think of skills as seeds. They may look small now, but they're capable of growing into entire forests of opportunity. When it comes to side hustles, the key is choosing ones that are low risk and high potential. You don't need to invest thousands of dollars or jump into complicated ventures. Focus on practical, proven options. Freelance writing or design, tutoring, virtual assisting, social media management, selling handcrafted items, or offering local services like babysitting, photography, or repair work. The goal is not to overwhelm yourself. It's to open another income door, even slightly. And don't overlook one of the most powerful tools for increasing income: negotiation. Many people fear asking for a raise because they think it makes them look ungrateful or demanding. But negotiation isn't confrontation, it's communication. Prepare by listing your accomplishments, measurable results, and ways you've contributed to your workplace. Then use calm, confident script like, "I've taken on additional responsibilities and delivered strong results. Based on my contributions, I'd like to discuss aligning my compensation with my performance." Most companies won't give you more unless you ask. And even if the raise isn't approved immediately, you've signaled your value, and that matters. Growing your income streams isn't about ambition for its own sake. It's about building a financial life that feels stable, open, and full of possibility. When you earn more, you worry less. You dream bigger. You gain choices. You gain confidence. And little by little, you step into the version of yourself who isn't just surviving, but rising. Chapter 6. Investing for Beginners. There's a moment in every financial journey when you realize saving alone won't carry you into the future you dream about. It's like standing on a treadmill. No matter how fast you walk, you're still in the same place. Investing is the moment you finally step off the treadmill and start moving forward. Not because you're taking wild risks or trying to predict the stock market like a fortune teller, but because you finally understand that wealth grows when your money learns to work harder than you do. At its core, investing is simply the act of putting your money into something that has the potential to grow over time. That's it. Not gambling, not guessing, just growth. When you invest, you give your dollars a job. Instead of sitting in a savings account, collecting crumbs of interest, they go out into the world and build more dollars. And the beauty is, you don't need a finance degree, a complicated strategy, or thousands of dollars to start. You just need patience, consistency, and a basic understanding of how the investing world works. One of the first distinctions to understand is the difference between long-term and short-term investing. Short-term investing usually involves fast trades, trends, or timing the market, things that often lead to stress, mistakes, and regret. Long-term investing, on the other hand, is calm, steady, and proven. It relies on buying and holding quality investments for years, so you can ride out the market's ups and downs. Historically, long-term investing wins. It's not exciting, but it's reliable. Like planting a seed and watching it grow into a tree that one day shades your entire backyard. Now, let's talk about the investments that make long-term growth simple. Index funds, ETFs, and retirement accounts. Index funds and ETFs, exchange-traded funds, are like baskets filled with dozens, or even hundreds of companies. Instead of putting all your money into one single stock and hoping it performs well, you spread your risk across many companies at once. This is called diversification, and it protects your money from dramatic swings. If one company struggles, others in the basket help balance it out. That's why experts often recommend index funds and ETFs to new investors. They're easy to understand, low maintenance, and historically strong performers. Retirement accounts like 401(k) IRAs or Roth IRAs take this strategy even further by offering tax benefits. They're designed to help your investments compound quietly in the background while you focus on life. And that brings us to one of the most powerful principles in all of personal finance. Start early, even if you start small. The earlier you invest, the more time your money has to grow. A small amount invested consistently in your 20s or teens can beat a huge amount invested later in life. Time turns small steps into life-changing results. It's not magic, it's math. And you don't need to be older, richer, or more ready to begin. You just need to begin. But as you step into investing, avoid high-risk, high-hype moves. If something promises quick returns or sounds too good to be true, trust the warning bells. You don't need thrill. You need strategy. Stay away from get-rich-quick schemes, trendy hot stocks, or investments you don't fully understand. Your job is not to outsmart the market. It's to stay in the market long enough for it to reward you. Investing isn't about being fearless. It's about being informed. It's about taking one small step at a time, turning complexity into clarity, and letting your future self benefit from the decisions you make today. Start simple, stay steady, and let time do the heavy lifting. Chapter 7. Essential Insurance. You must have. Most people don't think about insurance until something goes wrong. An accident, an illness, a disaster, a sudden loss. But here's the truth. Insurance is not about expecting the worst. It's about protecting the life you are working so hard to build. If investing is how your money grows, insurance is how you keep that growth safe. Think of it like locking your doors, not because you're afraid every second, but because you want to protect what matters. Financial stability isn't just about earning more or saving better. It's about preventing one unexpected event from wiping out everything you've worked for. Insurance is that shield. It steps in when life blindsides you in ways you could never predict or prepare for. And while many people avoid it because it feels complicated or unnecessary, the truth is simple. The right insurance can be the difference between a temporary setback and financial devastation. Let's start with the big one, health insurance. Even if you're young, healthy, or rarely see a doctor, medical emergencies can happen without warning. A single hospital visit can cost more than a year's salary. Health insurance exists so you never have to choose between your well-being and your wallet. It reduces the financial trauma that often follows physical trauma, giving you space to heal without fear of drowning in bills. Next is life insurance, which many people avoid because it forces them to think about uncomfortable realities. But life insurance isn't about death. It's about responsibility. It's about ensuring that the people you love aren't burdened financially if something happens to you. If you have dependents, children, aging parents, or anyone who relies on your income, life insurance becomes an act of love, not obligation. Even a simple term life policy can provide security and relief during the hardest moments of someone's life. Then there's disability insurance, the most overlooked protection of all. Many people don't realize that you are far more likely to face a temporary or long-term disability than an early death. If illness or injury prevents you from working, disability insurance replaces part of your income so your life doesn't come to a screeching financial halt. This is the insurance that protects your livelihood, your ability to earn. And that makes it one of the most powerful tools for financial stability. Lastly, property insurance, whether it's homeowners, renters, or auto insurance, protects the things you rely on daily. A home fire, a car accident, or a stolen laptop can feel overwhelming, but with the right coverage, these events become challenges instead of crises. Property insurance ensures that life can continue even when your physical world is disrupted. Of course, not all policies are created equal. Comparing insurance smartly is just as important as having it. Look beyond the price. Cheap policies often come with loopholes, exclusions, or deductibles, so high they barely help you at all. Study what each plan covers, what it doesn't, and how claims are handled. A good policy gives you clarity, not confusion. Reviews, customer experiences, and recommendations can guide you. But the ultimate question is, does this policy genuinely protect me when it matters? Insurance won't make your life easier day to day, but it will stop life's hardest moments from becoming financially life-changing. It's the quiet protector, the invisible safety net, the security you hope to never use, but will be grateful for if you ever need it. Chapter 8. Tracking your net worth. Stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself. Not your clothes, not your hair, not your expression. Look at the person who's trying to build a better life. For a moment, forget your income, your job title, and your bills. Instead, ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Where do I stand financially? Really? Most people go through life with no clear idea of their financial position. They know what they earn and what they owe, but they've never looked at the full picture. That picture, the honest, complete snapshot of your money, is called your net worth. And once you learn to track it, something shifts inside you. Your money becomes less mysterious. Your progress becomes visible, and your goals begin to look possible instead of distant. Calculating your net worth is surprisingly simple. The formula is straightforward. Assets, liabilities equals net worth. Assets are things you own that hold value. Cash, savings, investments, property, even the equity in your home. Liabilities are what you owe. Loans, credit card balances, medical bills, mortgages, anything that pulls money away from you. When you subtract what you owe from what you own, you get a number, maybe positive, maybe negative, but always informative. It's your financial truth in one line. Now, here's why net worth matters far more than income. Income is temporary, but net worth is lasting. Your income changes with jobs, raises, crises, or opportunities. But your net worth reflects the long-term story of your financial decisions. How you save, how you spend, how you invest, and how you protect yourself. Two people can earn the same salary, yet one builds wealth while the other drifts deeper into debt. Net worth reveals the difference. Think of net worth as your financial GPS. You can't move forward if you don't know where you are. When you track it consistently, you start noticing patterns. Maybe your debt is shrinking faster than you realized. Maybe your investments are growing quietly in the background. Maybe your savings need more attention. Either way, the awareness alone gives you power. Thankfully, you don't have to track everything manually. There are tools and apps designed to simplify the process. Platforms like Empower, YNAB, Tiller, or simple spreadsheets if you prefer full control. These tools can sync your accounts and show your net worth in real time, making it easier to stay informed without feeling overwhelmed. They turn what seems complicated into something visual, clear, and even motivating, just as important as tracking. Your net worth is how often you check it. Monthly check-ins keep you grounded and aware of your progress. They help you recognize the impact of small habits, an extra debt payment, a higher savings contribution, a controlled month of spending. Yearly check-ins reveal the bigger shifts. How your financial health transformed over 12 months, how far you've come, and where you want to go next. Some months your net worth will rise. Some months it might dip. Both are normal. What matters is the consistency, the commitment to seeing the truth, and the courage to improve it step by step. Tracking your net worth isn't about judgment. It's about clarity. It's about stepping into the role of CEO of your own life and finally understanding the business of you. When you know your numbers, you stop living in uncertainty and start living with intention. Chapter 9. Building your personal money team. No one builds a strong, lasting financial life entirely alone. Even the most disciplined savers, the smartest investors, and the most organized budgeters need support. Think about it. Elite athletes don't train without coaches. Professional chefs don't open restaurants without mentors. And businesses don't succeed without experts guiding key decisions. Your money deserves the same respect. You don't have to go it alone. You just need the right team. A personal money team is a group of trusted professionals who help you navigate the complex, sometimes confusing world of finances. Each member has a specialized role, and together they help you make informed decisions, protect your assets, and accelerate your journey toward financial wholeness. Building this team isn't a luxury. It's a strategic choice that saves time, reduces stress, and gives you confidence in every financial decision. Let's break down the essential roles. An accountant ensures your taxes are accurate, legal, and optimized. They find deductions, credits, and strategies that could save you thousands each year. A financial advisor helps you make sense of your investments, retirement planning, and long-term goals. They provide guidance, perspective, and a roadmap customized to your life. Insurance agents protect you from the unexpected. They make sure you're covered in the right areas: health, life, disability, property, without overpaying. And lawyers, especially estate or business attorneys, help protect your assets, ensure your wishes are followed, and prevent legal complications from derailing your plans. The key to building this team is trust. Credentials matter, but so does alignment with your goals and values. Look for professionals with verified licenses, positive client reviews, and a track record of transparency. Ask questions. How do they charge? How do they make decisions? What is their communication style? A professional's role is not just to give advice. It's to empower you to make the best decisions with clarity and confidence. You don't have to hire all these experts at once. Start with the most pressing needs. Maybe you begin with a financial advisor to set a clear path. Then add an accountant as your income grows and insurance coverage becomes necessary. Each addition strengthens your foundation, and over time, your team grows organically. As your financial life becomes more complex, remember, delegating doesn't mean giving up control. It means taking control in the smartest way possible. By surrounding yourself with experts, you free up mental space, reduce mistakes, and gain access to strategies you might never have discovered on your own. Your team is there to amplify your decisions, protect you from missteps, and accelerate your progress toward financial freedom. A strong personal money team transforms financial overwhelm into actionable clarity. It turns fear into confidence, and most importantly, it reminds you that building wealth isn't a solo journey. It's a collaborative one. With the right experts by your side, you don't just survive your financial life, you master it. Chapter 10. Planning your financial legacy. Have you ever imagined the story your money will tell after you're gone? Most people don't, and that's why so many families face chaos and stress when a loved one passes. But here's the truth. A financial legacy isn't just about wealth. It's about clarity, care, and the values you leave behind. It's the final step in becoming financially whole, and it's a gift to both yourself and those you love. Legacy planning starts with one simple act: creating a will. A will is not just for the ultra-wealthy. It's for anyone who wants to ensure their wishes are honored. It outlines who receives what, who manages your estate, and how your possessions are distributed. Without a will, the state decides for you, which can lead to confusion, conflict, and unnecessary legal costs. A clear, simple will gives you peace of mind and ensures your loved ones are protected. Organization is equally critical. Financial documents, insurance policies, account statements, investment records, loan documents should be stored securely and accessible to the right people? Consider creating a binder or a digital folder with instructions and contact information. Think of it as a roadmap for your family. If something were to happen tomorrow, your loved ones would have clarity instead of chaos. Organization today prevents stress tomorrow. Your financial legacy isn't just about documents. It's also about habits. Teaching family members, especially children, about money sets the foundation for long-term stability. Model responsible spending, saving, and investing. Share lessons learned from your own journey, both successes and mistakes. These conversations aren't just educational. They're empowering. They ensure that your family inherits not just money, but the skills and mindset to manage it wisely. Long-term planning ties all of this together. Consider retirement accounts, trusts, charitable giving, or life insurance. Strategies that protect and grow your wealth over time, even small. Consistent actions compound into significant impact for your future and your family. The goal isn't only to accumulate assets, it's to create stability and opportunity that lasts beyond your lifetime. Planning a financial legacy can feel overwhelming at first, but it doesn't have to be. Start with one step: a will, a document, a conversation. Then layer in organization, education, and long-term strategies. Each action is a building block. Each choice is a statement of care. Your financial legacy is the final expression of everything you've worked for. The lessons learned, the stability achieved, and the values you want to pass on. By taking the time to plan intentionally, you transform your finances from a personal journey into a lasting story of security, wisdom, and love. When done thoughtfully, your legacy isn't just money, it's a roadmap for generations to come, built with intention, care, and purpose. Conclusion: take a moment and imagine the person you want to become with money. Calm, confident, in control, and free from the constant weight of financial stress. That version of yourself isn't a dream. It's a choice. Every page you read, every strategy you've absorbed, has been designed to move you closer to that reality. You started this journey feeling unsure, maybe even anxious about money. But now, armed with budgeting tools, debt strategies, investment knowledge, and a plan for your legacy, you're stepping into a life of clarity, confidence, and control. Becoming financially whole isn't about perfection. It's about progress and intention. It's about understanding your money, mastering it, and letting it serve you instead of controlling you. From building your emergency fund to crushing debt, from growing your income to protecting your family with insurance, each step you've learned is a building block. Each choice compounds. Over time, creating a foundation so strong that financial stress becomes less of a shadow and more of a manageable, solvable challenge. Financial wholeness also requires discipline and curiosity. This is not a one-time effort. It's a lifelong practice. Markets will change, life circumstances will shift, and new opportunities will arise. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle isn't luck, it's commitment. Commit to reviewing your finances regularly, to learning continuously, and to taking action even when it feels uncomfortable. Small, consistent steps repeated over months and years will produce results that far exceed the effort you put in. And remember, financial wholeness isn't just for you, it's for the people you love. Every choice you make now, every strategy you apply, creates security, freedom, and opportunity for your family and for your future self. Your journey impacts more than your bank account. It shapes your life, your confidence, and your legacy. So don't wait, don't delay. Take one action today. Track your net worth, start that emergency fund, pay down one debt, or open that retirement account. Momentum is built by action. Step forward with courage, clarity, and intention. The financial life you've been dreaming of is within reach. You are capable. you are ready. And with each decision, you are not just getting better with money, you are transforming your life. Your journey starts now. Take it, own it, thrive. Thanks for joining us in Read Realm, where every book finds a voice. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new upload. Got a book in mind? Drop it in the comments. You're next. Favorite listen could be our next upload. Until then, keep your mind open and your headphones on.